Zebulon, A Lost Cat by NuSan is a precision platformer and a Metroidvania for Pico 8. Let's give it a look. Welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called Zebulon, A Lost Cat by NuSan. And it is a precision platformer and a Metroidvania. We're going to give it a look. It's also got a cat as the main character, so straight away this is like a game custom made for me. Here we are on the title screen. Let's talk a little bit about the game before we get into it, shall we? NuSan sent me a Steam key for this game. Yes, this is a Pico 8 game which is also available on Steam, which is still quite unusual. Anyway, I initially played the Steam version, which runs in a Pico 8 emulator, which gives you a kind of widescreen 16:9 resolution, which is very cool. I'm playing the Pico 8 cart, which you can get as like free DLC if you buy the game on Steam. Probably if you buy it on itch as well. You can also play this game, or buy this game rather, on itch. So let's read the description then. Zebulon the cat is lost in a strange place. Good start. But he has lots of courage and curiosity, quickly replaces fear as he explores and unravels the world around him. It also helps that smelly green food is everywhere to grab. So yes, this is a Metroidvania where we have to unlock the powers of a cat, who is probably more interested in napping, but we unlock the powers of a cat to explore a level. You know how these things work. Let's start a new game because this game has lots of different modes. Each mode on Steam has an achievement associated with it. So we've got normal mode, which I'm going to be showing you. This is the normal mode where things are normal. We've got bonus mode where you have to collect everything. Explorer, which is, well, you can read the rest of these. There are many modes. And each one gets a little bit harder than the last one. You've got Deathless mode here, which I'm not going to be attempting. Anyway, let's get into normal mode. So in this, it's your standard kind of precision platformer setup. We've got infinite continues, we unlock powers, and we've got one level to explore. This is the introduction. We've got a little bit of a story in this game. And oh, it's so cute. Now, an interesting thing about this game, to say that it's a Steam, it's been, put onto Steam, published on Steam. It's a single. My first playthrough took me over an hour. This is a big game. It's also a single cart, which is incredibly impressive. There are lots of Pico 8 games now which are very big, but which also use multi-carts. This game doesn't do that, so this game is playing somewhat fairly. And here we are on the level. I was going to say on the first level, but that's not true, is it? So yeah, we run around, we jump, we collect the little green dots, which is our smelly green cat food or something. And you can see already there are a lot of different things that we can interact with. We have got water, not going to be jumping in that yet. Cats don't like water. We've got these collapsing platforms. Look at those particle effects. Mark that off your bingo cards, everyone. Here we've got some sort of textured walls which we can climb up. If you've ever had the misfortune of having a cat that likes climbing up textured wallpaper, you will know the fear and terror that brings. So there is a lot of platforming to be had in this game. A lot of platforming which I can still manage to screw up. Let's try that again. I have played this game before. So yeah, we have got a lot of platforming to uncover. The level is really nicely laid out. There's a lot of I won't call it backtracking as such, but there's a lot of kind of interleaving of different areas of the world, which is really cool. We've unlocked our first power, by the way, which is wall climb, which has to be, I'd say, one of my favourite abilities in the game, and I think one of my favourite wall climbs in any platformer, which has wall climbing in. Basically, like a cat, you can just hang on the side of a wall, you can crawl up and down it at will. It's great, because look, you can just do stuff like this. Normally, with wall climbing, you kind of slide down and you have to keep jumping, and it's just kind of annoying. I really like this wall climb. It's really cool. So the graphics then, there are a lot of graphics to get through. All of the kind of tiles that we can interact with are all quite nicely marked out. A little bit later on, when we get into the water section, there are spikes in the game. It's a platformer after all. There are spikes. The underwater ones are kind of hard to see, but other than that, everything is so beautifully laid out. I think the game uses the default Pico 8 palette. I don't think there's any different colours going on here. So we've got, which is something I always respect, a really good implementation of Pico 8's default palette. Now here is something that I loathe in this game, in a fond way, but I do loathe these slopes, because when you're on the slope, you can't jump or anything. You just slide down. Many of your platforming adventures in this game will be ruined by the sloping platforms. I'm going to try my best to avoid them if I can. Now, the game has a rather interesting way of loading up the map. For a Pico 8 game, the map isn't the kind of standard Pico 8 map. But at the same time, having had a look in the cartridge, I don't think there's any kind of sneaky goings on with the map. But it's not a rectangular map, so typically when you're playing Metroidvanias on Pico 8, you can kind of, in your head, keep a sense of roughly where you are in the rectangle, and that can kind of... It's nice, and this game doesn't do that. So basically, there are corners of the map which shouldn't be there, which are. Now, here we have not a power-up, but a key. I believe. No, this is a power-up. Later on, we will get keys. Now, something which is slightly confusing is that the keys in the game are very similar looking to the power-ups, and that can get a little bit confusing. Not massively confusing, but it's just a little thing. Anyway, we've got the dash now, which lets us do that. We can do dashes. However, we cannot dash up there just yet. We can't get up there. We're going to have to go a different way. Here's another power-up, or key possibly. Let's see. It's the map. This is quite cool. You unlock the map as a power-up. Normally, you just get given a map. On this, you actually have to unlock the thing. So if you pause the game, we've not got a normal Pico 8 pause menu. Check this out. We've got a map. The map also shows us, or we can also view rather, our different abilities that we've unlocked, which gives you a little explanation as to what each one does. That's helpful. It shows you all of your progress as well. Look, we're in normal mode. I've collected 100 out of 1,000 bonus things. I've got no keys yet. I've spent 4 minutes playing this game. So much detail in this game. It's so good. Anyway, we're back at the beginning now. And we've got dash, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. So yeah, we did that. That's good. And we also got all of the bonuses. We've got ourselves another obstacle. These brown walls here, we can eventually bash through them. It took me a while to figure that out when I was playing the game, but the game does a good job of like showing you obstacles before you get the thing that lets you unlock the obstacle, which is always good to see in a Metroidvania. It's nice to have an obstacle that you think, how am I going to get around that? And then you get the power up. So we're in the kind of, let's get onto a safe platform. We're in the kind of western end of the map here. And you can see, this is what I was talking about, look. The map, it's not rectangular. It's using little corners, and there are little hidden bits as well. So yeah, there are secrets to find in this. If you cannot tell by my enthusiastic description of this game's really good. It's the platforming feels so good. Like I say, the level is really well designed. The progression feels really good. It's a really good Metroidvania. Good Metroidvanias are there's a lot of good Metroidvanias on Pico 8, and this has joined that list of very good Metroidvanias on Pico 8. It's so good. The playing through the game on stream with NuSan in stream watching was great, because I didn't spend any time complaining about jumping and things, which often I end up doing on platformer games. It's just really good. Here we go. We've got another upgrade. Destruction Force. Now I can smash through those pesky brown blocks. Here is something, I did kind of skip over that. Here is something which I found somewhat confusing. These blocks, we can also press down on them to blast through them that way. I wasn't sure how that worked at first. I thought you had to kind of dash downwards. You don't. You just press down. But the game gives you plenty of opportunity to kind of work out how these power-ups work. The selection of power-ups is really nice. Classic Metroidvania power-ups. A nice little touch as well, or a nice thing that I like, the brown blocks reset your dash, so you can get some really cool Celeste-like dash movements through the game, which is really nice to see. Oh, I'm back here. I feel like I missed something in that last area. Anyway, let's have a look at the map. The map's very helpful. It shows us lots of information. The green blocks are the platforms. I haven't died yet, so there are no red dots on the map, but the red dots show you where you are dying, which is kind of cool because you can kind of see which areas of the map are giving you the most difficulty. I haven't died yet, so let's see how long I can keep that going. Now, a kind of interesting quirk about the Pico 8 version is because we've got the Pico 8 resolution, which is square, you haven't got the same width that you have in the the emulated version. Now, so far, that hasn't been an issue. This is the exit, by the way. We have to get through a big door. Kind of reminds me of one of my favourite Pico 8 Metroidvanias. In fact, one of my favourite Pico 8 games, Get Out of This Dungeon. That has a big door that you have to get through as well. Oh, we're back here. Now, I've realised I'm taking a completely different route through this to when I played the game the first time yesterday. So that's cool. There's more than one route. As you probably guessed by the different game modes that there are, this game is very much set up with speedrunners in mind. I look forward to seeing some speedruns of this game because, as you can see, even with my complete lack of ability, you can get some very fluid movement in this game. Now down there, I think that's a secret. Let's see. Yes, we can bash through it. Look, you see, we've got secrets. Look, we're outside of the map. Any game that gives me the option to bash through... Oh dear, I died. Any game that lets you bash through walls into secret areas gets a thumbs up from me. Now, that was my first death. The spikes in this game. The collision on the spikes is very keen. You cannot go near them. Now, here is something which is a little bit frustrating about this game. There is only one checkpoint in the game. When you die, you restart at the beginning. Now, this will become more important with other game modes that are in there. You may have spotted it when I was doing the intro. There's like a minute mode and like a 30-second mode where you die after 60 or 30 seconds. So you have to kind of get through. You have to navigate through the map very quickly before you can run out of time. That's why there's only one checkpoint. But for normal mode, for normal people who are not that good at the game, it does get kind of frustrating when you get into a loop of dying in the same area and having to do a lot of backtracking. Now, I know that backtracking is a kind of core part of Metroidvania games, but I'm not going to say it's not frustrating. Anyway, here we are in one of the areas where we need to start combining our abilities together in a little bit more of an intelligent way. You could see there that there's a lot of subtlety to how you can use the dash. Now this, I think this one is a key. There you go. The keys are like red, and our abilities are yellow, I think. They're very similar, they're very easy to get mixed up. Now, as you can see, there are some interesting areas of the game that are sort of semi-hidden from us. Again, is that like a little hidden area up there? I think it is, because look, there's a corner of the map in that eastern corner which we can't get to. The way the map is set up, the way that there are some secrets that almost look like you're going out of bounds, That's very cool. Anyway, let's have a look at where I need to go next. I think I need to go to the west, maybe. All those lower areas are kind of protected with water, which we can't get into yet, because we haven't got the ability that lets us... of all the places to land. Anyway, we're back at the beginning, which is actually kind of where I wanted to be, actually. So maybe this is fine. So yeah, other things about this game which are nice. The music. It's just one loop that runs through the game, and it's quite a nice loop. Nice little bit of Pico 8 music, so I appreciate that. Okay, I think I'm back where I should be now. I can see some green bonus circles that I need to start picking up again. So yeah, if you're wanting to play this game, the two ways, or the two best ways to play, I should say, are via itch or via Steam. By default, you'll get the emulated version of the game, which has the widescreen mode and some other, there's like a CRT filter option and things, which are all really cool. The only reason I'm not showing you that is because I would have to set up a new setup for the video, which I couldn't be bothered doing. I wanted to keep it the same. Plus, this is the original Pico 8 cart that I'm playing in. Yeah, we're starting to get into the section of the game where things start to get a lot more tricky. Now I have, whoa, that was tense. Now I have the advantage of having played this once before, so I kind of know roughly where I need to go. There are some very challenging platforming parts in this game. Typically, I spend more time on precision platformers complaining about them than playing them. I haven't spent too much time complaining about this game, so as a precision platformer, it must be doing something right for me to enjoy it so much. Oh, this bit gets really difficult. Anyway, as you get further into the game, there are a few more upgrades that you can unlock, and obviously you need to get all those keys as well to get to the end of the game. I've been playing this for 12 minutes now, 12 and a half minutes. My first playthrough took me over an hour. This is quite a long Pico 8 game by Pico 8 standards. Most Pico 8 games, you're sort of done with them in about 20 minutes. This is a bit of an epic. There we go. That took a lot more practice the first time round. Water tolerance, right, finally we can go in the water. Cats don't tend to like water, but now we've got the power up that means that we can kind of do it. So yeah, all these water sections now, I'm glad I got to this bit because I wanted to show you the water section. Normally, and it's become a bit of a meme at this point, normally the water sections in platformers are the worst parts. I like the water sections in this game. The movement in the water section is just directional. You don't have to jump, you don't have to swim by jumping. If anyone's ever been swimming, you don't jump through the water, do you? Why do platformers make you do that? No, you just use arrow keys to move through the water. You can see at the top we've got a little air meter, which isn't very long at all. For all of our cat's athletic abilities, doesn't have much in the way of lung power. But we get another upgrade for that later on. Ooh, we've got another little semi-hidden area here. Let's see what's down here. Oh, we have got a intricate little platforming section with another block which I wanted to show you. This stuff, the sinking sand. Oh, the sinking sand and the blue slopes are both vying for title of thing I hate the most in this game. I loathe the sinking sand in this game. Now, this little area is a good example of something that I think is quite interesting about this particular game and also Pico 8 platformers in general. There's a style of Pico 8 platformer which has very kind of intricate level design. This whole section is contained on one tiny little Pico 8 screen, and we're kind of using every little scrap of screen space for platforming, and we get this really unusual style of platforming where you're kind of jumping through really small areas. Most platformers are use quite a lot of the screen, and there's a lot of scrolling involved. This game doesn't really do that so much. It's just different. It's just an interesting thing I noticed. Anyway, I think I've shown you enough of this game. If you don't think that this is a game worth playing, on Pico 8, then I don't really know what you're expecting from this system. This is a really, really good Pico 8 platformer. And we've got another ability. What's this one? Oh no, that's a key. This is a really good Pico 8 platform. It's just a really good platformer. The movement is so crisp. I haven't even talked about the animation of the cat. All the animation of the cat is so nice. Plus it's a game that lets you have a cat, which is just that's a thumbs up in my book. It's so well presented and so well made. Here we are on another little mini platforming screen here. Yeah, this is such a good Pico 8 platformer. You need to check it out. It's available on itch and it's available on Steam. I was given a free copy by the developer NuSan. Thank you very much for this wonderful Pico 8 game. But yeah, if you want to pick it up, go on to either the itch or the Steam link, and I'd highly recommend that you do so. Once you have done that, you actually get the Pico 8 cartridge as well, so you can even have a look at how this amazing game was made. It's not even at the token limit. I cannot believe it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to see if I can get a faster time. I'm at 16 minutes at the moment, so well ahead of my hour-plus initial run. I'm going to see if I can get a better time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.